Hi, it's Wasabi, welcome back to the channel. Got a battle on the steps map and we've got Lionballs from Pity Clan. He's in the Löwe again and we'll see how he plays this map. This time he's bottom tier. We've got 3 tier 9s on each side and the rest are tier 8s. He does have a mission running, so we'll just see whether it's coming. Okay, it's got a block mission which is active. Need to do 3,500 damage 3 battles in a row. Anyway, right. Okay, so heading to the 90 line. This is common for heavy tanks, but the tanks coming down here are tier 8. So what have we got on this tier 9s? We've got a teenage TVZ51, which is also a heavy tank, Czech heavy tank, and Löwe PTA, which is a medium, and then they've got a tier 9 arty. I suspect there's a tier 9 on both sides, so the enemy side's got a TD and a heavy tank. Right, it's been spotted, not by the tanks that he's just been, but by that object 263, puts the tier 9, puts a shot towards it, but that bounces. It's going to be a bit of wait and see here. I'm pretty sure they won't want to push in on tier 9 TD. Their main heavy tanks are going down the one line, which is a bit unusual. Lionballs aiming for the cupola on that renegade, but just a bit too far away to be accurate, even with the accuracy of the German gun on the Löwe. But they're basically not putting themselves in front of that 263. So we've got a couple of tier 8 tanks ahead of them, the renegade and the 110, but they're both basically in positions you can't really shoot at, although there's a 122 TM is taken up sort of in a position to try and get at the 110, I think. There goes the Marty. Now there is a light tank on each side. There's a Bulldog and the LHM TV. So we don't know where the enemy light tank is, but he could be spotting them as they're coming up here from back on the hill or quite a few different areas there. So Lionballs just being relatively careful, wants to keep his hit points available to him at this stage of the game. Yeah, so Indian Pans have been spotted, but no shot. I think he's just behind terrain there. He's just popping out to spot, I would think. I wasn't too keen on getting spotted at this point. He knows the arty will focus this area. Although it is a batch out arty, so it doesn't have a big splash area, just got a sort of more rapid firing gun. And if he's got the top gun, he would have a multi-shot cartridge. Anyway, finally gets a bit of damage. It does go through the cupola on the renegade, major weak spot. Although he's firing his premium rounds. And I'm not sure if I mentioned in the previous video, he's trying to mark this tank, so I'll give him that. Bounces off the 110, like 110 coming down to one-shottable, but it definitely isn't now. So if you can catch him over angling, might be able to get rid of him. Anyway, at this stage they're a little bit down on hit points, equivalent in other things, and now they've been spotted by the LHMTV and he's come right up the middle, as has a T77. So the enemy's starting to tape map control here. See the team has basically been kept right up in the top part of the map. Now they're starting to lose tanks, so they've lost to KV4. Alright, finally they get the 110. But now they're getting seriously down on hit points in terms of the disadvantage. I'm not sure why this Patriot is pushing up too hard. Goes straight up into the 263, takes a big hit. Lionballs tries to find a weak spot, but the Patriot comes back up in front of him again, too eager to get some damage, I think, and takes another big hit. He's still got a few hit points, but gets a hit in at the expense of another hit, so not a very good trade there. And Lionballs team starting to lose tanks. So they lost 2 tanks on the western side of the map. Lionballs here deciding not to push out. There's no real advantage in doing so. He'd rather get them to push into them. That way he can catch them and potentially get lower plate access. That's what he would really be looking for on the 263. So it looks like a bit of a static game, but really this is the gameplay that you need to have at this particular stage of the game. Now 4 tanks down, so they're really losing out on the 1-2 line. Tanks are pulled right back. The arty's probably in a bit of trouble. And if they cross the tracks, there's just the Torn Van there just defending. He's crossed over. Oh, they managed to kill the TNH on the enemy team. So just coming back to defend is the right thing to do here, and don't get caught out on the flank. So he's coming to bring his gun into play. He's getting a shot on that 30. Can he get a shot in? Yes, he can. So every bit of damage you can do at this stage of the game is going to pay off in the later stages of the game if you're still around. Because that basically reduces hit points of tanks you may still be facing. Of course, taking tanks out of the game is a good thing, like that T-77. So first kill there for Lionball. Still hasn't done a lot of damage, but neither has he lost any hit points. So it's brought the gap back slightly. That's now 2 tanks down. Still a significant amount of hit points down. And his side turret yet on the 703, no. Falls back down straight away, doesn't want to get smacked by that 703 too. Or does he want to be lit by it? Because there are still tanks on the other side of the thing. You know, the Renegade bounces off him. But that just tells Lionballs that he's a bit exposed. So he backs up into cover. We know the enemies crossed the railway tracks there, so they've lost their arty, lost all of their top tier tanks. And Lionballs here, just trying to change the angles here. Does get spotted as he comes in, by the way, but Charioteer shoots over the top of him and takes out the Su-130 PM. There's quite a few damaged enemy tanks around here, so you can certainly take some of them out fairly quickly. There's the 703. Takes him down to a 1-shot. And he might be the person to take that extra shot. Yes, he will. And that gets the kill. And he does take a hit there from the Charioteer, but that was a reasonable trade. He's still got a lot of hit points left, and he's got 2 kills now. But now they're back to being 5 tanks down, so he's got the M4Y with him. Gets a nice shot into the underside of the 263, which is what he was hoping to do before. And he's got 2 one-shottable tanks there, so he's got to choose which one he's going to try and kill. He's getting shot from 2 ends here, so he's got the LH going for him. Takes the kill of the tank that he needed to, which is the 263. He's got a Charioteer shooting him again. He's now down to... oh, he's now very much one-shottable, down to 91 hit points. So he's got the M4Y with him, and the Borsig. And they have got 485 hit points between them now, 150. The Borsig goes getting quite tense here. There's 5 minutes to go in the game. 2 tanks between them have got 150 hit points, and they're facing 3 other tanks. 2 are tanks, and 1 is an arty, although 1 also is a TD. So Lionballs thinking, alright, well, if we all go in front of the 705's gun, that will be the end of our game. Let's get rid of the 30, which he does. Now the 705 is by himself, and the 705 will take 2 shots, and it looks like Lionballs is going to be the one to do it. So 5 kills to Lionballs. He's got to deal with this 705 and hope that 705 doesn't get a shot in, and make sure that he doesn't get splashed by arty, because that's what happened to the M4Y. Alright, so here he comes, gets a nice shot in and gets a bounce that you'd be just thinking you're lucky stars at that point. And he's got to close the distance now and try and get in the killing shot on the 705, and dodges the arty. That is a big stroke of luck. Gets the kill on the 705. And now he has got just to find the arty and stay out of trouble. So 4 minutes to go, but this is a standard game, so you can only win by capping or by killing all, and he's really not in a position to go and cap. If he got to the enemy cap by the time he gets there in his tank, the arty could have reached his cap and cap out before he could get back. So it's a risk you just can't take in a slow, heavy tank. So he's got to cover his own cap basically, and expect that the enemy arty will try and come in and push in, and hope to shotgun him. Now the enemy arty would probably know that, or he certainly knows who he's facing, which is a Löwe, and that the damage per shell is in the 300 range. So if he's got more than 300 hit points, which he should have, then he knows that he's got to get at least 2 shots off to kill him. That gives him an opportunity to kill the tank. So okay, let's see what's going to happen. So it's a relatively fast arty, the BADATTANKING 155. So is he going to come up the middle, or is he going to come up one of the sides? So Lionballs coming here to try and block the middle, and of course he's got all these vision ports available to him. Now he's not looking out on the field, of course, but he's covering the any exits coming up the 1 line, and potentially any exits coming up the 8-9 line as well. In fact, there he's spotted. So spotted from behind, there's the BADATTANKING. Now he's been spotted as well, gets his first shot in and has to get out of the way. So he pulls back quickly down the hill, which is helpful. The arty misses, and he's going to line him up, and he should get the kill here. And he does. So excellent work there for Lionballs. It's his 7th kill, and he's secured the victory. So that was another Ace Tanker badge there for Lionballs on his Löwe. He's getting a good run in that tank. 3k of damage, just under 3.1, 7 kills, and gave him his top gun. He didn't get the top damage, so we'll have a look at that in a little while. But he got cool headed for surviving 10 non-penetrating shots as well. So in terms of experience, well, 1527 base, that is excellent, particularly compared to the rest of his team. We had 1 more tank doing over 3k, which was the BZ51, and the rest doing well under. Oh no, we got an SU-130PM doing 2k, but didn't, obviously a bit of sniping there. 7032 on the enemy team actually picked up the most EXP on the enemy side. And did anyone get, doesn't look like anyone got the high caliber award there. The damage was fairly even across them all. Anyway, 18 shots fired, 17 hits, that's excellent shooting, 13 penetrations. Gave him his damage total. He'd blocked 1690, particularly that shot from the 705A. The 705A driver must have been going, I could have won that game if I'd aimed it a bit better, or used the right shell type. He could have used HE almost and knocked him out. Certainly stunned him or stopped him for the arty to finish him off. Who knows? Would have been pretty easy to win that game, I would think, but Lionballs managed to get through that. He had some mission payout there, which might be the premium win for the day. So even though he used his premium ammo through the game, he still made a profit of 74k, which is pretty nice. Anyway, another great game there for Lionballs. If you liked the video, please give it a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed, please consider doing so. We'll have more great content to follow, and thanks for watching.